Hello, my loves. Welcome back to our final elemental video of the 78 Deep Challenge. If you have no idea what I've been talking about or what I'm talking about, I have been running a tarot challenge and a course in tandem with each other, taking us through all 78 tarot cards, one card at a time, in elemental and intuitively shuffled order, with the focus being on ourselves, getting to know ourselves better, getting to know our internal landscape better, and really using the tarot as a guide to understand what's going on with us internally each and every day. And this has been a deeply fulfilling and enriching challenge to host. So many of you have messaged me with your profound synchronicities and beautiful experiences that this challenge has brought you. And it feels a little sad, to be honest, to be filming this video today because we are moving into our final element, which is fire. So we're going to be looking at the suit of wands and the tarot cards that are associated with the element of fire. Let's see, looking back at the previous element, because I always enjoy doing that, giving you a little recap of what I've been up to. Last we did the swords, and I really felt that swords energy. This past month or so has very much been kind of all in my head and really doing the shadow work to unravel those stories and allowing the tarot card each day to inform either the story that was coming forward or a piece of the story that was unfolding or desiring to be looked at. And it's been a really beautiful experience to watch the tarot cards prompt my response, but to also understand where I'm coming from before I go to the tarot and seeing kind of the synchronicities of my own personal journey reflected within that. If you've been playing along at all, I'd love to hear how the journey has been going for you. And if you are just stumbling upon this video or you've been lurking and you're like, oh, I really just want to jump in now, this is the right time. A new element is always a great new starting point, but I encourage you to join us whenever. I will leave the details linked below. You can join us via the free version, or you can join the course, which will close once the kind of real time playing out of this journey is over. So if you've been on the fence about that and you would like to purchase the course to take at your own pace now or later in the year, I would definitely take advantage of that before the end of May. So, with all of that being said, let's talk about fire. Let's talk about the next however many cards this is going to be. So, let's talk about fire, the element of fire, the suit of wands in general. And then we'll get into our card order as always. The suit of fire, the suit of wands, really. All right. I have to tell you, because I feel like sometimes when I do things like this, everything just seems to connect somehow. So here we are, right? We're talking about fire. We're talking about passion. We're talking about creativity and action and that fiery energy that drives us forward, right? We're also talking about the energy of transformation. Here goes my dog shadow barking. This is the third time that I have been interrupted in the past 4 minutes of trying to speak to you guys. And I have to believe that this is no accident, right? Because our first card, the card of today that we're kicking off with, that we're starting the wands and the fire element with, is Seven of Wands. And Seven of Wands is a card of defense, of defending your passions, of standing your ground, standing for what you believed in, getting knocked down and getting back up. Like, and I feel like that's what the start of this video has been, just like persevering and not taking the interruptions as a sign to stop or a block, right? You just get back on the horse and keep going. So this is our journey, right? Moving away from the Magician, which was the previous card, the card we ended the sword suit with, which is all about being the master of your own destiny, right? The Magician is the manifestor. He has everything that he needs. He has use of all of the elements, and he realizes that in his concrete world, in his human world, he has all the tools he needs to create whatever it is he desires. He just has to figure out where to channel his energy, right? So as we're moving out of that energy of like, I'm going to decide what it is that I want and use the resources and the tools that I have to get there, I then am going to defend that, right? I am going to be fearless in my defense of my boundaries, of my peace, of my time, of my creative energy, of this thing that I'm creating, right? Because fire really is, it burns, it's wild, it's fast, it's action, it transforms. And sometimes it requires perseverance, right? We think of trial by fire, that kind of expression. So that is our guide as we move through our last suit here, through the wands. I almost said the swords. Through the wands is, how are you defending what you desire? How are you fighting for what you desire? Are you willing to fiercely defend your passion, your time, your energy, your resources in order to create the transformation that you desire? And through that transformation, right, can you muster the energy, the courage, and the perseverance to take that action, to let go of what needs to let go, and to work through the challenges that are going to present themselves? How bad do you want it? I feel like that's what the wands is inviting us into, is like, let's declare that we can have it, and then let's tap into how bad we want it, because that's going to help us bring it into form. And how beautiful, right? For the final approach to our last element here, as we bring it all home, how badly do you want to finish? How badly do you want to get to the end of this challenge and say, I bleepin' did it? How bad do you want it? And if you don't, that's good information too, right? As we continue to move, we have the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Sun, the Five of Wands, and the Six of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the bad boy. He's a bit of a risk taker. He's that dude in a rock band who's a little edgy, but he's so passionate that it's just, there's something about it that's contagious. And when we infuse these energies together and move into the Four of Wands, the Four of Wands is all about embarking on a deepening of a commitment, a deepening of a path. It's not the start of something new, but it's like the next iteration of something new, which is also beautiful for the Beltane season. We just celebrated Beltane on May 1st, or I can't remember when the other calendar observance falls, but somewhere between May 1st and May 5th, right? And with that brings this beautiful energy of passion, of fire, of that masculine energy meeting the feminine creative energy. So creativity and action meeting together and moving forward. And using whatever we started to plant seeds for in spring, using that energy to really harness and cultivate and continue to build on and move forward with that concept or with those ideas. So I love that. Then we have the sun. Everybody loves the sun. It's a happy card. It's a super promising card. It's like better days are on the horizon, and just like chillax and enjoy like the warmth and that moment of savoring after you make that next level commitment of just like taking a step back and enjoying it for yourself. Then we have the Five of Wands, which is about conflict, right? It's about competition with each other or with others. And Six of Wands, which is really being seen as a victory card or being seen by others, right? So if you are working on a project, this is a beautiful indication of that concept where we have competition, and whether it's friendly competition or we're competing against ourselves, the most important thing is being victorious against ourselves, and we will be highly recognized for our passions, not for trying to follow somebody else. Moving forward, we have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. This is all about, again, harnessing that energy, not taking on too much, but also persevering when we need to, moving forward in action with our plans, with our passions, going like actually scoping stuff out, but then also returning to our divinity, to our wisdom, to our consulting with our higher self, with the priestess when we need to, in order to bring about newfound passions, new ideas, a new spark of life into things if we have lost them. Then we have the Queen of Wands, the Judgment card, the Emperor, the Nine of Wands, the Strength card, and the Eight of Wands. Queen of Wands always bringing in that like sexy, seductive energy, which is so fun to play with. The energy of confidence. Judgment indicating the end of a journey, but the Emperor still comes in to say, action is required and here's the plan. Nine of Wands also speaks to the end of a journey, and within that journey there's a newfound strength, a strength from within. And once we find that strength, cultivate that strength, harness that strength, we can move forward with a blaze of energy, coming to the end of our studies with the King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Temperance card, and the Tower. Now, I have a little bit of an understanding of, I think, why this energy came up at the end here. The rest of this journey, again, like I said in the beginning, it has been so synchronistic. So I'm going to trust that that is how that was supposed to end. And with this idea in mind, I do want to do some type of wrap up video. So we'll talk more about this energy when we wrap up. But just know that these are the cards we're wrapping up with, and this is the order that we're going in, and the story that's unfolding. I don't think I really played into more of that story aspect as much with the other elements, but there's something about the passion of the fire that just makes me want to explain and to breathe life into what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, what we're working with. And I'm really excited to see where this journey takes us together. So let me go ahead and look at our calendar here to get you some dates if you're playing along in real time. So today is Saturday, May 4th. We're moving again into the Wands suit, and we will end on Friday, the 24th of May. And before we end the month of May, I hope to get up for you some type of kind of wrap up, final reflection, a way to really end the time here together. And if you are in the course, I will be releasing a video, which I just actually recorded, about working with stalker cards or cards that kind of repeat for you or follow you around per se. So that's going to be really fun there. I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here in our final month together. I hope you have a fantastic May, and I will see you all again really soon. Take care, my loves. Bye.